So generally speaking, when it comes to buying a smartphone, there is a common problem. Like if you want the best of everything, you want the best possible experience, you are looking at a flagship, and flagship, they're kind of expensive. But if you want to save some money, then mid-range is the way to go, but the quality goes down on every aspect of the phone. But every once in a while, there comes a smartphone that kind of in the middle and offer the best at almost everything at an incredible price. This is the phone. This is a gaming phone, and this video is how this guy surprises me, impressed me, and end up becoming the best phone for the value that I can easily recommend to everyone. So in 2021, there is an abundance of smartphones to pick from. So it becomes very important that you figure out what exactly are you looking for before you make your purchase. Is it the big display? Is it the crazy fast performance? Or is it the premium build that feels good in the hand? Is it the massive never-ending battery? Is it additional features such as shoulder triggers? Or is it just the best value for the money? What if I told you that you can get everything that I just mentioned in one single package? This is the Asus ROG Phone 5, an entry-level model. For the price, this phone is so awesome that after using the phone for a month, for me, this phone went from just another gaming phone to the best phone for the value. Surprise, surprise. Never have I thought that I would love a gaming phone this much that I will be recommending it to everyone. So everything about this phone is on par with some of the high-end flagship from other companies, except for the one thing. Now, when you look at the phone or when you read the name of the phone, the first thing that comes into mind is gaming. So when I made the purchase, I was expecting a gaming phone with a bunch of gaming features, but it turns out to be such an awesome phone that it blew me away. And one of the reasons for that is the 2021 flagship spec that delivers a ridiculous flagship performance. For me, this phone is the definition of the speed. It's insane how crazy fast and responsive this phone is. From unlocking the phone to opening and closing the app, from playing games to using multiple apps at the same time. Lag does not exist in this phone. Now, it's not just the crazy fast performance which has been a surprising for me. It's the number of other things that Asus have implemented and executed so perfectly and has succeeded in creating such an awesome phone at an affordable price that while using this phone, all you can do is smile. So to keep it simple, there are 5 things that have been a total surprise for me.
Oh, hey, it's the first time of today.
I think you'll be surprised when I say that this phone has hands down one of the best display on any smartphone. Now normally we associate the title with some of the high-end flagships from Samsung, Apple or Huawei, not from someone like Asus, no offense. But the fact that it's the Samsung themselves who are supplying the panel for the ROG Phone 5, so that explains it. But nevertheless, that 6.78-inch 144Hz flat AMOLED panel is just insane. This display is so good and snappy that I can easily recommend this phone just for the display alone. Watching content to scrolling up and down is one of the best out there. Now, if you notice, the phone doesn't have that crazy edge-to-edge bezel-less display. It has a top and bottom bar. And initially, I didn't like the design that much. But after using the phone for a while, I realized how much useful having those top and bottom bar can be. The bar gives an uninterrupted punch hole and notch-free display. It gives more room to hold the phone while playing games and watching videos. It also has the notification light, which I find very useful. And probably the most surprising one is the bar houses that ridiculous stereo speakers. And that brings me to the second surprising element, that audio. This phone has hands down one of the best audio in any smartphone. It's not crazy loud, but the bass and the richness of audio is something that I've never heard before. Listening to music and watching videos is just amazing. It literally feels like listening to a mini subwoofer. Now, the other thing that the phone surprised me the most is the haptic. Now, generally haptic, they are not that much talk about and they generally goes under the radar. But the haptic of this phone is so characteristic and so strong that not only it adds to the overall experience, but it actually makes it better. That vibration during typing, playing games is so characteristic and strong that I have to include in this one. It is as simple and small, yet as strong and effective. The glass sandwich body of the phone is as premium as you can imagine. It feels as polished and refined as some of the high-end flagship. Now the phone is a little bit heavy and bulky, but the trade-off is that massive 6000 mAh battery. So during my normal use with the phone at full brightness and refresh rate locked at 144 Hz all the time, I have been going to bed consistently with more than 40% remaining in the tank, sometimes even more than 50% remaining in the tank. And if that doesn't impress you, the 65-watt power brick that came inside the box can charge the phone from complete dead to 100% in just over an hour. Now, the final element of the phone that surprised me the most is the price. So at the time of recording this video, the cheapest that I can find, the brand new ROG Phone 5, is for $800 here in Australia. That roughly equates to around $600 to $650 in US. For the price, everything that this phone delivers, for me, this is an incredible value for the money. So if you compare this phone with something like the OnePlus 9, which is also available within the similar price range, then buying this phone gives you the bigger display, bigger battery, higher refresh rate, better speakers, and some additional gaming features like shoulder triggers. The only benefit you get by skipping this phone and buying something like the OnePlus 9 is the better cameras, which is the only weakness of the phone. But if you are interested in this phone, then there is a high chance that camera might not be your number one priority. And if that's the case, then you might not even want to know the triple camera setup at the back. But nevertheless, apart from the glowing ROG logo and the gaming aesthetic at the back, the ROG Phone 5 has a triple camera setup. It's nowhere near some of the high-end flagship, but it's definitely better than the average. The camera does struggle with exposure a bit, but under good condition do take good photos. I personally think for someone who does not have the camera as the number one priority, this is good. Now obviously if you are interested in this phone, then I bet your priority is gaming. And gaming in this phone is, as you would expect from every high-end flagship, it's super fun. That big display, the super rich audio, and the haptic do help in improving the gaming experience. But the other thing that further add to the experience is the shoulder triggers, the second charging port for cable management, and the headphone jack. No matter what cheap throw at this guy, the phone does not skip a beat. It's as smooth as you can imagine. It does get a little bit warm at the back, but it's not that big of a deal. So the gaming on a gaming phone is as silky smooth as you would imagine from a flagship phone.
Target down! Enemy contact! Tango down! Sneak back up!
Now if you notice, I have included the whole gaming portion of the gaming phone at the very end. And that's the point of the video. The gaming experience from this phone was kind of similar to what I was expecting. It didn't surprise me that much. It's the other part of the phone which was surprising for me. And this phone is a prime example of how a tech can surprise you on what it can deliver. Like even though it is still a gaming phone, it still has almost everything to become a capable daily driver. From a crazy fast performance to crazy fast charging, from an insane display to the ridiculous audio, from crazy haptic to the premium build, from having a headphone jack to the additional gaming features. And to compensate for an average camera, you are getting this awesome package at an affordable price, making it an incredible value for money. So next time, before you decide whether you should buy a smartphone or not, try to look at the phone beyond the marketing hype and even beyond the initial impression. You might find a hidden gem like this one. And how do you do that? Simple. Continue watching videos like this. And if my information isn't reliable to you, then watch someone else. But watch at least 4 or 5 of them and try to understand the pattern about what's good and bad about the phone is, and whether the phone is good for you or not. So if you're looking for a new phone that best with almost everything with a decent camera at an affordable price, then surprise, surprise, the ROG Phone 5 is the best phone you should buy, period. That's been it. Thank you for watching. Hope you found the video helpful. I'll catch you guys soon.